Welcome back, everybody. We are done the rest hold. It's time to start getting into the main event sections of this episode. And the first one that we're going to take care of is the mailbag questions that you guys had sent in for the January edition. We've got two different people sent in their mailbag questions, Andre Rosa and Declan Mcaree. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Andre's first up. He's got a couple of them here. First up, for his questions, if you had a chance to invent your own Saw trap, what would it be? Saw referring, obviously, to the horror franchise. I was not able to think of anything, because I kind of don't have it in me to torture people. So, what I had written down on the website itself, I probably would be stupid and lame enough that I would end up having a way for people to get out of it where they wouldn't even get hurt. I would suck at this. I'd be a terrible, terrible jigsaw. I like the Riddler kind of stuff more. So, I would be more suited for leaving puns and stupid jokes and shit for crimes than I would be setting up torture devices. What about you, Drew?
So it would be something along the lines of either you're gonna get your dick chopped off, because I bet that fucking sucks, or like essentially there would be like something that will be puncturing through your stomach, and the more you fuck up, the more it fucking goes through your stomach, and that will fucking suck. You know what my least favorite, and it's actually from the series, it's from the second Saw, and it's actually the reason why I hate needles now, but they push this girl into this like pool of needles to find the key. That scene made me hate needles, and I have a phobia of needles now, so I can't get shots because of that scene. And so fuck that. That would be the absolute worst thing if I was ever a part of something like that.
What about you, Peyton? Any jigsaw traps that you would make up?
So I don't know if this is necessarily a torture device, but it is an idea I had for a similar contraption that would result in pain for some people because I am sadistic in some ways. So you set 4 people around a card table, and you place on that card table the board game Mousetrap. And you play a normal game of Mousetrap. But when the trap goes down, whoever the loser is, unsuspectedly, a boxing glove filled with bricks underneath the table punches them in the nuts.
I thought you were going to say that they had to reset it up, because that's torture enough.
Nope, punch in the nuts. Nothing funnier than a punch in the nuts, except maybe a kick in the nuts.
Or a headbutt in the nuts.
Oh, a headbutt in the nuts. Now you're using your noggin.
Literally. Waygo, what's your torture device?
Did it.
So, it's going to be a room sealed, it seems there's no exit, and there's just one hole. It's the glory hole. And you have to put your cock in it, and there's a wasp nest there.
And how do you get out?
Yeah, what's that?
Okay, here's the thing. This entire time, the back door, actually, the back wall had a door on it, but it was just painted over black, and you feel like a douchebag, and you just stuck your dick in a fucking wasp nest for no reason.
That's like when Jigsaw just ran out of options. He's just like, I don't know, fucking wasp dick. There you go. There's that plan.
Yeah, because then you're walking around funny all day. You let yourself out because there's a door there the whole time. And then when your friends go, what happened to you? Stuck my dick in a...
So here's the thing about the saw traps. Usually they're related to some type of, like, problem the person is having in their life.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a wasp nest that they're trying to get rid of.
Yeah, maybe like they have a dick problem, and the only way to get rid of it is by cutting it off.
Maybe they really, really want to capture that mouse.
So, get some of that cheese, if you know what I mean.
Question 2. If you could kill any one person in the world and get away with it, who would you kill? If you say you wouldn't kill anyone, you're probably a better person than most. Yay, I'm a better person because I probably wouldn't kill anybody.
Pussy.
But if I could nominate somebody to be killed, Comcast. Just people from Comcast.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, you've reached the Comcast call center. What's your name? Oh, Lauren. Right, kill Lauren.
Yeah, basically. Wait, who's your superior? Chad? Hey, Chad, you just got added to the list.
What about a guy, anyone named Chaz?
Oh, that's a sleazy fuck right there, so he has to get killed.
I love how this turned into I would kill anyone. Fucking Lauren, Chad, Chaz, definitely.
Dude, fuck Lauren, Chad, and Chaz. So, Drew, who would you kill?
If I had to kill anyone, it would have to be if you've ever worked in fast food, the worst people to ever deal with are those who like try to take an order or pick something up while they're on the phone and they just ignore everything you fucking say.
Oh, and the worst part is when they're actually in the parking lot the whole time, but they all drove over the phone for no reason.
Okay, yeah, that's actually kind of bad too. Oh no, the other day, someone came in and they were on their phone, and I was trying to explain something to them, and then essentially in the end they were like, "No, this is what I want," and I was like, "We." So and I was like, "That we don't have that. If you listened to me, you would have got that. So fuck you." I didn't say that last part, but I wish I did. So yeah, fuck anyone who ever like orders on the tries to pick something up and try to talk on the phone at the same time. You guys are assholes. Trying to make my job difficult.
Peyton, who's in your crosshairs?
All the infidels.
Why did I get a flashback to Aladdin? Infidel.
That was more what I was going for. Actually, I shouldn't make jokes about that with everything that just went down in Paris and shit.
So Peyton's is cartoonist.
I would actually go with something positive to the world. I would take out like a freaking Kim Jong-un or like what's his name? Bernie Madoff, whatever the fuck his asshole's name is.
Yeah, but you have
I thought you were about to say Bernie Mac.
But you have to play Katy Perry in the background while you kill Kim Jong-un.
It's the only way you can do it now.
I bet that's a reference to that movie I didn't fucking watch.
Yeah, it is.
'Cause baby, you're a firework.
So Bernie Madoff or Kim Jong-un?
Or Bernie Mac.
Bernie
Yeah.
Mac.
They
All
may
right.
die.
Wago?
It's hard. I mean, I have a list of people I fucking despise on this earth, and I would love to gut and slice the fuck out of any one of them. But the reality of it is, there's horrible fucking rapists and murderers and just really scummy people out there. If there was one way that I could narrow it down and find the scummiest, most evil, horrible person, I'd love to just have them tied up in a room for a while, pull their fingernails out, just chop a big hole in their ball sack.
Is this supposed to be your saw trap that you're talking about?
It sounds like you're working your way onto that list.
There's just certain people on this earth that are totally evil, and unfortunately, everything has to be done through a quote-unquote justice system. So, if there's anyone like that, I'd love to just fucking have 5 minutes alone just to fuck with their life.
I'm kind of proud of us.
Wasp hole.
None of us ever said anything like, Dixie Carter.
Yeah, but fucking my soul trap would be for her in her anal.
I'm pretty sure somebody is gonna think about leaving a comment about that.
Just like some dumb celebrity, like, I would kill Michael Bay so he stops making Michael Bay movies.
Right.
Or I'd kill Justin Bieber because he's fucking.
And in the same scenario, somebody would hand them a gun and they'd be like, "All right, here you go kill him." And they'd be like, "No, I don't want to kill him. I'm actually a big fan of your work. Can I get your autograph, Mr.
No,
Bay?"
that's like the kid that talks shit on the internet. But if you put him face to face with the guy that they're talking shit to, they wouldn't do anything. They'd be like, "I don't understand why you hate me." It'd be one of those type of things.
I just realized I just had a really dark moment.
You did.
Yeah,
It's like you're a hyena cackling.
The worst part
moments.
about it is I just realized I was drooling for the whole part of it.
He's salivating at the thought.
You were just really jumping forward to the next question. That is, I was thinking about Zombieland and how Tallahassee is obsessed with Twinkies. During a zombie apocalypse, what food would you be craving to eat? I think I'd go with Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Because they're so fucking good. But if I had to be specific about it, the eggs. Because they're so much better.
Wouldn't it be those
Cadbury
fucking
eggs, or...
Wouldn't it be those fucking sticks that you want?
Oh, those Bosco sticks? Yeah. They do sound really good. I don't think that I'd be adding them to the crave list, though. So I don't know if they suck or not.
Oh, they're fucking amazing. You would be adding them to the crave list.
What's your food, Drew?
If I don't know, fucking guess what it is. I bet you'll be able to guess what it is in like 5 seconds.
Bosco sticks?
Nope.
Red Lobster?
Well, Red Lobster isn't a food, but crab legs is.
Is it crab legs?
That's Chinese food.
How did you guess that, Peyton?
So it's
So
crab
that-
legs? I was fucking kidding. I didn't think it was actually going to be crab legs.
Yeah, crab
Crab
legs.
legs?
I
Please?
love crab legs.
Crab legs?
I love
it's-
crab legs, but that would be like a really awkward kind of thing to just be like, I need to find crabs.
Well,
Oh shit,
well,
there's a crab truck over there. We
well,
gotta
you know,
stop.
if you're most likely in a zombie apocalypse, you're gonna be like, oh, dude, you'd be thinking of like your like gourmet dinner, and like you'd be like, you'd be listing up like amazing things you'd want. Crab legs is one of those things. Like, oh, dude, I would so have like a crab leg meal right now if you want those type of things. Either crab legs or Chinese food would be pretty good as well.
I'm pretty sure if I was in a zombie apocalypse, I would be dead in like a day, and
That's
not
the
stand a
spirit.
chance to ever
Nah.
about this kind of shit.
I would last because I just hide in my closet.
No, kind of like you do now.
Drew's trapped in the closet.
I'm coming at the closet, Drew.
Do you guys like fish sticks?
You do.
Bosco make them.
Fish sticks and crab legs. You ever have a gammy crab leg?
I know someone with a gammy son.
Peyton, what's your food that you would be obsessed with and craving to eat?
Oh, it's definitely fucking pizza. I would search the whole damn world for a nice oven fresh pizza. But I think like hot foods are probably an easy thing to say. You know, hot meals. If we're going into like a snack type thing, first off, ice cream, because I imagine ice cream is going to be in very, very limited supplies without refrigeration.
Yeah, that would melt super fast.
Ice cream would be gone quickly and in very high demand because everyone loves ice cream. Reese's peanut butter cups are delicious and my favorite candy. I probably would crave those. But if I had to pick one non-perishable item that I would certainly be craving for and look everywhere for and, you know, have a realistic expectation of finding it, root beer.
Mm.
Nice, chilly glass of root beer.
And Wago?
Mountain Dew and Cheez-Its.
Mountain Dew and cut out.
Is that your answer?
No.
What is?
Well.
Well?
You guys probably won't have Balti Mix. It's pretty much an Indian snack, which you get in England.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something I would have.
Yeah,
that-
well, it's
Digestives.
Yeah, digestives. What the fuck are the digestives?
it tastes fucking good. And you know, and you when you saw me eating those, you fuckers wanted it. You know it.
They look good, but they sound terrible. It's like
You poopers.
you've got like Nutter Butters and Nilla wafers and suppositories.
It actually does sound like a cookie.
Suppositories.
But,
They've got a hole in the center.
essentially, Balti Mix is spicy dried noodles, and they're fucking awesome.
All right, another food-related one from Andre Rosa. Last question from him. What would you do for a Klondike bar? I like soft serve better. So if I could do that, I don't know, quite a bit. I'm kind of hungry. And ice cream's in demand, apparently. So. Drew, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Well, I don't like Klondike bars, so nothing. But if I had to do something for a Klondike bar, I would just go to the store and buy one. Because if I had to actually do something for a Klondike bar, that means I'm broke. And I don't want to be broke. I would rather just go to the store and buy one because, let's be honest, not that many people buy Klondike bars. So there's going to be one at the store regardless.
Piggybacking off of that, if you had an alternative, what would you use? Like a Choco Taco or a Chipwich?
Oh, Choco Taco, dude.
You need
That's
to stop
what
saying
it
Choco
is.
Taco. Peyton fucking loses his shit every time.
Yo,
he's
can I
on the-
change my
Oh,
answer
oh,
to the last question? Can I make
Choco
it
Taco.
tacos?
Choco Tacos is definitely my alternative. Fuck Klondike bars. Give me that Choco Taco. Give me a taco with another taco in its pocket.
What would you throw for a Klondike bar?
What about you, Payne? What would you do for a Klondike bar?
I also am not a very big fan of a Klondike bar. The only one I moderately like is the one that has the crunchies in it. Even that, I don't know if I would go extraordinarily out of my way for. But a Choco Taco, let me tell you, ain't no mountain high enough. Okay? That's all I gotta tell you.
Wago, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
I've never eaten one, so I guess I'd try one.
No wonder why you don't have American citizenship yet.
And our question from Declan Mcaree, or however you pronounce it. Just gonna go right into that.
Macarena.
What is your
Mac
favorite
cheese.
or least favorite moment of school that you have ever experienced, either funny, weird, or embarrassing?
Hey, have you seen lunch over there? Give me a hand. Tony, you fucking jackass.
Yeah, I've got a lot of weird, different stories. Wago just mentioned one of them. That if you want to bring up an embarrassing one, here's one. A very low moment of me having really poor detective skills. I'm obviously not going to give out any kind of names and stuff, but there was somebody who went to a school of mine that was missing a hand, and I didn't know about this because she had always kept her hand in the hoodie, the front part of the hoodie that you've got, those little pockets. And I was not a big fan of gym class, just because for the most part I'm not a big fan of sports in general. But you know, if I'm playing a game, I'm gonna want to try to win. And I kept watching all these girls just not fucking trying to catch the kickball, and I got all pissed off because I was taking like, you know, I'm covering like the shortstop side of things, but I've got to cover first and second base and shortstop and the fucking outfield for the most part. And I'm like, God damn it. So a buddy of mine gets on base, and I'm covering first or second, I can't remember at the time. And I had just witnessed the ball go right next to this one girl, and she didn't do anything to try to get it at all. Just watched it fall down next to her, and then kicked it for somebody else to do something. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? So my buddy's busting my balls. He's just like, oh, you know, I'm going to steal the next base and nothing your fucking team could do about it. And I'm like, well, nothing my team's going to fucking do anyway, because these people are stupid. All they got to do is put up their fucking hands and they'll catch the fucking ball. Look at me. I just put my fucking hands up, and I'm making a big deal about this. And he's going, dude, that's not funny. The girl's got one hand. And I'm like, dude, now this guy's a ball buster, so I'm expecting him to just make this up. And I'm like, oh, dude, I would feel so bad if that were the truth. And he's like, no, she's got one hand. So I look over and I'm just like, oh, fuck. This makes so much sense now. Definitely the most embarrassing thing that had ever happened in school. Thankfully, she did not hear it at the time. So there was not this big, like...
want to know why? She's fucking deaf, too. You want to make fun of that?
If that were the case, that would just add to making it funnier. But I've got a lot of weird things. I used to try to have a lot of fun in school. And I actually miss high school, particularly in sixth grade. We would goof the fuck off all the time. And we in sixth grade, you know, we don't have a whole lot of ideas. Like, we would just have like rubber band fights in the middle of class and shit. And there were times in high school, a previous year of mine, they did this thing where they got a bunch of people to wear skirts, like kilts, and there was a big issue with it for some fucking reason. I don't know why. So a lot of us were talking about, well, what could we do to kind of like one up that a little bit, or, you know, do a reference to it the next year or something like that. And I ended up bringing up Dago Day because a lot of us were talking in like thick Italian accents around that time. And so it doesn't refer to itself as Dago Day in the yearbook. It's Italian American Celebration Day or some bullshit, because they couldn't actually say Dago Day. But, you know, we got a bunch of us to dress up in suits and talk like mobsters all day. And, you know, we did random crap like that constantly. So I could go on and on and on. And I don't want to take up all the time in the world. But we'll go more in depth a lot of this stuff when we, you know, do Raw post shows and all talk shows and anything else like that. So you'll hear more of terrible stories like that in the future, I'm sure. Drew, your least favorite moments that are funny, embarrassing, weird, any of that kind of stuff from school?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything embarrassing, mainly because I lived a very simple high school life. But I do have a good funny moment. I've mentioned to you guys before about this kid who would rap, and I think I showed you guys his videos, correct?
Doesn't sound
kind of small. Well, his name. Well, I'm not gonna give his name, but he was small. He had a I don't know what, but he had a learning disorder, and he was small because I don't know why, but like he was like 5'2", weighed like 80 pounds or something like that. But he wanted to be a rapper. And in our gym class, he's like the whitest kid you ever meet. So like in our gym class one day, there was these two kids rapping, and then he walks over. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna drop his beat, and I'm gonna just totally just like fuck shit up." And everyone was like, "Oh, we all gather around to listen to him rap." About a minute of it, and 37 and bombs were dropped, and there was these two black kids listening to it. And oh my god, it was the funniest thing ever. Up until one day, he picked a fight with this one kid, and it was in our gym class. We all like throughout gym class, he's like, "I'm gonna fight him." He's like, "Oh, dude, you're gonna kick this guy's ass." And the guy he was like talking about, he was a little bit messed up in the head, like not that like he would like totally just like kill this kid, but more like he's dumb. So when we get back into the locker room, he starts taking all of his clothes off. He strips down to his boxers for some reason. We don't know why. He's in his boxers and shorts, and he walks up to him, and the other kid stands up, and he's like about a foot and a half taller than him, and then just like slowly like he just like cocks his arm back and punches him in the face. The kid like breathes heavily a few times, and he just runs out and cries and tells on him. That itself was funny enough. Any embarrassing moments I had would probably me doing something stupid or saying something stupid. Like I remember one day in class, it's not really embarrassing, but we were watching trailers for movies, and the teacher was like, "Hey, what should we watch?" It was like, "Yeah, we should watch Anchorman 2 trailer because it was like it just came out." And my teacher was like, "Is there anything bad with it?" Wait, no. Is there anything like shit? What was it? Is there anything like
Risque.
trashy, risque? Not even that. Is there anything like bad with it? And I was like, well, there's a black chick in it, and and thankfully I'm this teacher's favorite student. Anyone else, they probably would have got kicked out of the class. But with me, she's like, Drew, and we ended up watching it anyways. She was like, "Is there anything like dirty with it?" And I said, "There's."
Oh, that's terrible.
I don't care. That was so good. It was so funny. Anything else I said? I was the kid that tended to like. I would make the jokes in class, but I would eventually say something like really dumb and embarrassing or something like that. So, those are my stories that I have.
Peyton, what about you?
Yeah, I don't got any fancy stories like that. I'm sorry. I didn't really participate much in school. I was more of an extracurricular activities kind of guy. So if you want to ask me stories about being on the road or playing in bands or skipping school to go hang out with people and whatever, I could probably give you some of those.
Oh,
as
you're
far as
such a
in
cool
school,
dude.
the best I can give you is that I pedigreed a kid on the
What?
the jungle gym once. Yeah, because he tried to tell me wrestling was fake. I was like, okay. It's not. Let me show you. And he's like, all right. And I put him in a fucking pedigree.
That's awesome.
I don't know if he broke his nose, but he definitely got a bloody nose.
God damn, dude. That's awesome.
Did you give him that pedigree that he gave to, what was it, like Salvatore Sincere?
Oh, the one where he like lands on his head?
Yeah.
No.
It's just like, yeah, you're murdered now.
Fatality.
No embarrassing stories from other people that you witnessed or anything?
Oh, nothing that
Some
really...
girl shat herself once. That was kind of funny. She shit herself, and then she slid down the slide. And thank God I noticed it, because I was the next one to go.
Yeah,
So,
that would have been embarrassing, especially because people might have thought that you did it.
Yes, and I noticed it, and I was like, "Who? I dodged a bullet there." Except I was like, "Oh my God, she just pooped on the thing." Like
This was elementary school, right?
This was like kindergarten.
Okay, good. Because if it was high school, it
This
would
was
have been,
last year,
why
dude.
would you have slides and why is she shitting herself?
Oh, I got a little thing to tell you about high school that I always enjoyed. I think people get a kick out of. I had a group of friends that we would often skip classes together and go to either the music room or the auditorium and we would sit there and gather around my laptop and watch Family Guy. And this is back when Family Guy was like the fucking tits. You know, like I think they had just been canceled and everyone's getting all hyped about all these episodes that you could only watch on DVD or download or whatever. And everyone was talking about Family Guy at that point. That was good times. Much better than going to class.
Probably learned more from it.
I would absolutely say I did, especially because that was like senior year where like all my classes were bullshit.
Right.
So...
What about you, Ego? Any funny, interesting, embarrassing stories from school?
No Wago.
Oh, it helps if I keep my microphone on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I got one embarrassing one, and then I got one that's kind of evil. So following my general attitude this evening. So I totally was off my face. I'd been out all night prior and really fucking tired. I went to school, and we have to wear uniforms. It's not like U.S. schools. So I looked down at my feet, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I put one black shoe on and a total white trainer. So I went to school looking like an absolute twat that day and had to leave. As far as my evil story goes, are you guys familiar with the circle game?
Where you hold it like really low and if somebody sees it, you get to punch them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this had been going on for 2 weeks now, and our arms were all fucking black and bruised and shit because we'd just not given up at it. And it got to the point where we was just fucking trying to hit each other as hard as we could in the arm and fucking leave them almost crippled. And I ended up flinching as one guy went to do it on me, and his fist hit the wall, and his knuckle quite literally went halfway up his hand. It was like, yeah, it was fucking bad. And the first thing I did, I was like, oh! And then just laughed at him. And he's screaming, crying, and running off down to fucking, I don't know where. And I didn't see him for, like...
He's still running.
Here's the thing. I never saw him for, like, the rest of the year. So, yeah. The circle game led to, I imagine, a broken hand.
A broken life.
Just imagine punching a wall that hard, a solid brick wall, to the point your knuckle goes halfway up your hand.
And see, this is why women think men are stupid.
Yeah, but then there's women out there that are like, all right, my embarrassing story is this one girl, she looked at me kind of weird, and I wasn't sure if she was actually looking at the person behind me or not, but then I ruined her life.
Listen, I'm not saying we're not the superior sex here. I'm just saying that's why women think men are stupid.
Right. All right, those are the mailbag questions you guys sent in. Thank you, Andre and Declan. Everybody else, start thinking of crazy questions for us to answer the next go-around. That's going to be coming up before Fastlane. So you got a couple of weeks here to prepare, and we're going to roll along in the next main event and do the top rope list, our favorite or the best Royal Rumble moments of all time.